Okay, so get this right. We're diving into giant panda conservation. But, and here's the thing, it's not as simple as it seems. It's not all, black and white, even though pandas kind of are.
Yeah, you get caught up in the cuddliness factor for sure.
Totally.
But these studies you sent over, they really make you think, you know? They're like, hey, there's this whole network of stuff impacting panda survival that you might not expect.
Exactly. Like way more than just bamboo and like making sure they mate.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Right. Like take panda genetics, for example. I
Yeah.
was totally in the dark, thought it was just one big happy panda family. But the research is saying, nope, think again. We should be looking at them as separate populations, right? Each
Yeah.
with their own genetic story.
Totally. Like it's almost like imagine each group of pandas has its own set of tools, right?
Okay. Yeah, I get you.
And these tools, they're genetic, they help them survive. But not all pandas have the same tools.
So some groups are better equipped than others.
Exactly. That's what's so fascinating. Like one study, they looked at hundreds of pandas, different regions, the whole shebang, and they found these distinct populations, totally separate. And the crazy part, their genetic diversity. It's all over the map.
Wow. So pandas in one area could be like genetically similar, while another group is super diverse.
You got it. And you know what diversity means, right? It's like a safety net. More tools in the toolkit, better chances of survival.
Makes sense. But if some groups are less diverse, that means
Higher risk, exactly. And one population in particular kind of set off alarm bells in this study, the QLI population. They're showing signs of, inbreeding.
inbreeding. That's not good, right?
Not ideal. It's like, imagine everyone in a family keeps marrying each other.
Limited gene pool.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's what's happening with this QLI group. Their genetic toolkit is shrinking. Fewer essential tools.
So they're more vulnerable because of it.
Potentially, yeah. It's a numbers game, in a way. Less diversity, higher risk of things going wrong genetically, which is where, those captive breeding programs come in.
Right, right. Trying to mix things up a bit. Introduce some fresh genes into the panda pool.
Exactly. Boost those numbers, but more importantly, boost that genetic diversity. Give those struggling populations a fighting chance.
Makes sense. But is it that straightforward? I mean, pandas born in captivity, they're living a pretty different life from their wild cousins. Does that affect their genes too?
Ah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And one study tackled it head on. They compared the genomes, the whole genetic blueprint of captive pandas to wild pandas. And guess what?
They're different?
You bet. Captive pandas, they're developing these unique genetic variants, like their blueprints are getting tweaked.
Hold on. So it's not just more pandas, it's pandas with like slightly different instruction manuals.
You got it. And that's where things get really interesting and, honestly, kind of complex.
How so? Like, is it a good thing, a bad thing? What?
It's like a double-edged sword.
Mhm.
On the one hand, these changes, these tweaks, they could be helping captive pandas thrive in that controlled environment. Like they're adapting to the good life. Regular meals, medical care, the whole 9 yards.
Makes sense. But on the other hand,
There's always another hand. The big question is, what happens if we want to reintroduce these captive pandas back into the wild?
oh, right. If their genes have adapted to a life of luxury, would they even know how to survive in the wild?
It's a valid concern. Like, imagine taking someone who's used to city life, dropping them in the middle of the wilderness. It's a whole different ballgame. And these genetic differences, they could make that transition even tougher for pandas.
So even if they have the numbers, genetically, they might not be equipped to cut it.
It's a possibility. We're talking about survival instincts, foraging for food, navigating the complex social structures of wild panda populations. It's a lot to throw at a panda who's genetically primed for a more, shall we say, pampered lifestyle.
Rewilding is way more complicated than just opening the cage door.
It's way more complicated, and that's why this research is so crucial. It's pushing us to rethink captive breeding. It's not just a numbers game anymore. We need to preserve that genetic heritage, make sure those genes are actually useful in the wild.
Right. What good is a full gene pool if it's only good for a life in captivity?
Precisely. And this brings us to another big challenge highlighted in the research: climate change. And spoiler alert, it's not looking great for our bamboo-loving friends.
Yeah, the whole rising temperatures thing has me worried. Bamboo is basically like panda fuel, right? No bamboo, no pandas.
You got it. And one study, they really dug into this, like literally.
Literally.
Well, they did a field experiment, exposed bamboo to different levels of warming, simulated what would happen as temperatures rise,
Yeah.
and Let's just say it wasn't pretty.
So warmer temperatures, bad news for bamboo.
Beyond a certain threshold, yeah, bad news bears. We're
Yeah.
talking survival rates plummeting, and even the bamboo that survives, its nutritional value, like, crashing.
So it's a double whammy.
Yeah,
Less bamboo, and the bamboo that is there is basically panda junk food.
you got it. Less food, less nutrition. It's a recipe for disaster. Really highlights how interconnected everything is, you know? Climate change, species survival, it's all linked.
Okay, so before we spiral into total eco-anxiety here, did this study offer any hope for bamboo? Like any signs of resilience?
There is a glimmer of hope, actually. The study found that bamboo can handle some warming up to a point, specifically up to 1.5 degrees Celsius.
That's something, right?
It is. Shows you how important those global efforts to curb emissions are. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, those fractions of a degree really do matter.
Big time. It's like buying these species more time, you know? More time to adapt, more time for us to figure things out.
Gives a little hope, right? That even our actions, as small as they seem, can actually make a difference.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the bamboo itself, but this whole web of life that depends on it. Like, this study also looked at how warming temperatures affected aphid infestations on bamboo.
Aphids, those tiny bugs that are like the bane of every gardener's existence.
The very same. And guess what? The warmer it gets.
The more aphids there are.
Bingo! Intensifies those infestations, which puts even more stress on the bamboo. It's like a 1-2 punch. Poor bamboo's getting it from all sides.
Man, that's rough. Really makes you appreciate how much these pandas are up against. We see the cute pictures, but there's a whole other story going on, huh?
And that's the thing, isn't it? There's this whole hidden world, these complex interactions that we rarely think about. But they're crucial to understanding these animals, to protecting them.
Speaking of hidden worlds, let's talk about panda gut microbiome.
Oh, now we're getting into my territory. The gut microbiome, it's like this bustling metropolis inside every panda.
Okay, love the analogy, but break it down for me. What exactly are we talking about here?
Imagine trillions of tiny organisms, bacteria mostly, but also fungi, viruses, all hanging out in the panda's digestive system. That's your gut microbiome. And trust me, it's way more exciting than it sounds.
Sounds a little chaotic, honestly. What are they doing in there? Just like hanging out?
Oh, they're working hard. Think of it like a city, right? Each microbe has a job. They help the panda digest food, absorb nutrients, fight off infections. They even influence its behavior.
No way. The microbes in your gut can affect your brain.
It's wild, right? But it's true. And these studies, they're showing that this internal world, it can tell us a lot about a panda's health, where it's living, all sorts of stuff.
So like a panda's gut in a bamboo forest is going to look different from, say, a panda in a zoo.
You got it. Diet, environment, all of it shapes that gut microbiome. It's a reflection of the panda's world, both inside and out.
That's wild. It's like looking at a city skyline and being able to tell what kind of industry thrives there, just based on the buildings.
Yeah.
So what are these panda gut cities telling us?
Well, one study, they looked at pandas living in all sorts of different conditions, different regions, the works, and their gut bacteria. Totally different.
So a panda's gut is like a fingerprint of its lifestyle. That's fascinating.
It's pretty amazing, right? It shows how adaptable these microbial communities are. They evolve alongside their hosts, helping them thrive in all sorts of environments. And believe it or not, things get even weirder when we zoom in even further. Because the researchers didn't stop at just bacteria. They also took a deep dive into the world of phages.
Phages. Okay, now you're just messing with me. What in the world are phages? Phages. Okay, now you're just messing with me. What in the world are phages?
Okay, so phages, right, they're like tiny viruses.
Viruses inside the panda's gut, along with all the bacteria.
It's a jungle in there. But these viruses, these phages, they're actually good guys in a way. They infect and, get this, kill specific bacteria.
So they're like little regulators,
Yeah.
keeping the bacterial populations in check.
Exactly. They prevent any one type of bacteria from taking over, which is crucial for a healthy gut. It's all about balance, you see.
So a healthy gut needs a diverse range of bacteria, and the phages are there to make sure no one gets too big for their britches. I like it. So what's the deal with pandas and phages?
Well, here's the thing. Giant pandas, they've got a lot of phages, like a lot. More than we'd expect compared to other related species.
So pandas are just like phage superstars.
Pretty much. And we think it might have something to do with, you guessed it, their bamboo-heavy diet.
Because digesting all that bamboo requires a superpowered phage army.
It's a possibility. See, bamboo is tough stuff to break down, and it's possible that over time, pandas have evolved this incredibly diverse phage population to help them get the most out of their food.
So more phages, better bamboo digestion, happier pandas.
It's a working theory, and it really highlights just how intricate and interconnected these systems are. We often think of viruses as the enemy, but in this case, they might actually be playing a crucial role in panda survival.
It's true, we tend to focus on the negative when it comes to viruses, but this is a good reminder that they have their place in the ecosystem. Okay, so we've got bacteria, fungi, viruses, all coexisting in this panda gut metropolis. It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It really is. And like any complex system, things can get thrown out of whack. And that brings us to, unfortunately, a less optimistic finding from the research: antibiotic resistance.
Antibiotic resistance in pandas. I thought they were like living in protected areas, far removed from all the antibiotic use in human populations.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But here's the thing. Even in these seemingly isolated environments, antibiotic resistance is showing up. One study found antibiotic-resistant genes right there in the panda gut microbiome.
Okay, so how does that even happen? Are we accidentally dosing pandas with antibiotics?
It's more complicated than that, unfortunately. See, antibiotic resistance can spread through various channels, including environmental contamination. And some of the resistant genes found in pandas, they're actually similar to ones found in humans.
So there's a chance that these resistance genes are like jumping between species. That's a little scary.
It's a wake-up call for sure. It highlights how interconnected human health and animal health truly are. What we do in our hospitals and communities can have ripple effects that reach even the most remote corners of the planet.
It's that whole butterfly effect thing, isn't it? One little change can snowball into something much bigger. Okay, so we need to be mindful of antibiotic use in humans because it could impact pandas on the other side of the world. Got it. Anything else about this research that has you, like, particularly puzzled or intrigued?
Well, there's this one finding that really caught my eye, but it's a bit of a head scratcher, but it connects pandas, a childhood disorder called pandaspans, and folate.
Okay, now that's a combination I wasn't expecting. Pandas, kids, and vitamins. Break it down for me.
Right. So folate, it's a crucial nutrient, especially for brain development, and it gets into the brain with the help of a specific receptor. Think of it like a gatekeeper that controls folate's entry.
Makes sense.
Right.
So what's the problem?
Well, in some kids with pandaspans, their immune system kind of goes haywire and starts attacking this gatekeeper. It's like an autoimmune response, but instead of attacking a virus or bacteria, it's attacking the very thing that helps get folate into the brain.
So these kids, they might not be getting enough folate to their brains, even if they're eating a healthy diet.
Exactly. And here's where it gets interesting. Some of the symptoms of this folate deficiency, they overlap with the symptoms seen in pandaspans. Things like developmental delays, behavioral issues, even seizures in some cases.
So the researchers are wondering if this autoimmune attack on the folate receptor could be a piece of the pandaspan's puzzle.
It's a fascinating possibility. We're not there yet in terms of definitive answers, but it's a whole new avenue of research. And it could have major implications for how we diagnose and maybe even treat this complex disorder.
It's amazing to me how studying pandas can lead to insights into human health. It really speaks to the interconnectedness of everything. But let's zoom out for a second. We've covered a lot of ground here, from pangenetics to gut microbiomes to climate change. What's the overall takeaway? What's the future hold for these bears?
You know, it's a mixed bag. Pandas are facing some serious threats, no doubt about it. Climate change is a major concern, and some populations, like that QLI group we talked about, are really walking a tightrope genetically.
So it's not all black and white.
Unfortunately not. But, and this is important, there's still hope. The fact that bamboo can tolerate some warming gives us a fighting chance. And the more we learn about panda genetics and how they're adapting, the better equipped we are to help them.
Right, like those genetic rescue missions we talked about. Swapping pandas between populations to increase diversity.
Exactly. It's like giving them a genetic booster shot. And those strategies are only possible because of the amazing research being done.
Research that often leads to more questions than answers, right?
That's the beauty of science. Every discovery opens up new avenues to explore. And who knows what other secrets these pandas are hiding, just waiting to be uncovered.
That's a great point. There's always more to learn. Speaking of which, there's one more intriguing tidbit from the research that we haven't even touched on yet. Remember that whole gut microbiome deep dive? You know, what's really striking to me is, like, how much we still don't know about these bears, even with all this research.
Oh, absolutely. Every study, it's like opening a new door and finding a whole other room full of like panda mysteries.
Exactly. Like, remember that whole thing about the panda gut microbiome
Yeah.
being this super diverse ecosystem?
Yeah.
Well, get this. One study, they actually found a brand new type of bacteria in there.
Never been seen before. Totally new to science.
Wait, seriously, a completely new life form, just like chilling in the panda gut? That's insane. How did they even figure that out?
So they were analyzing the genomes of all the bacteria present in the panda gut, right? And they stumbled upon this one sequence, this genetic code, and it didn't match anything in their databases.
So it's like finding a random piece of a puzzle that doesn't fit anywhere.
Exactly. And that's when those scientific alarm bells go
Mm.
off, right? Because it usually means you've stumbled upon something completely new.
That's so cool. It's like those explorers who discovered new species back in the day, but now we're doing it with microscopes and gene sequencers. What do they even call this new bacteria? Do they know what it does?
Well, they've given it a temporary name, Turrisibacter SGBP131, but yeah, its function is still a bit of a mystery.
Turrisibacter SGBP131. Catchy. I wonder if I can get that printed on a t-shirt.
They're still trying to figure out how it interacts with the other microbes in the panda gut, if it plays a role in digestion, if it has any implications for panda health. Who knows? Maybe it's the key to something huge.
Maybe it holds the secret to, like, eternal youth or something. You never know. But seriously, it just goes to show how much we still have to learn about these animals, and by extension, ourselves.
Exactly. And that's what I find so exciting about this whole field of research. It's not just about pandas, it's about understanding the intricate web of life on Earth, the connections between species, the ripple effects of our actions, the sheer complexity of it all.
It's humbling, isn't it? To realize how much is going on right under our noses, or in this case, inside a panda's gut, that we had no idea about.
It's a good reminder that we don't have all the answers, but that's okay, because the pursuit of those answers, the constant questioning and exploring, that's what drives science forward. And who knows what incredible discoveries await us just around the corner.
I'm ready to be amazed. This deep dive has been incredible. Thanks for breaking it all down.
Anytime. It's been a pleasure talking pandas with you.
And to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity. Keep those questions coming, keep exploring, and never stop marveling at the wonders of the natural world. Until next time.